What's up, my friends? Welcome to another video. I'm Stuart, and I'm here to help you get your skin and your overall health back on track. In today's video, I'm going to be discussing the subject of marijuana, THC, and CBD. Is it good for healing your skin, for healing eczema, dermatitis, psoriasis, rosacea? Are there drawbacks? Are there positives and negatives? And can it also heal your gut and all the gut-related immune issues that people are suffering from out there? I'm going to be sharing data based on my own experimentation, research, if you will, and experience, plus the research and data that I've gathered from working with over 1,500 people who are trying to heal their skin, who are trying to heal their gut, and who are trying to heal their immune issues. So the other day, I posted on my Instagram just a short 1-minute video giving kind of the broad strokes of what I feel about THC and CBD for naturally healing the skin. It got a good response and had several people ask me there, hey, can you go deeper into the topic? So here's a little deeper dive into the subject. If you guys are liking this information, remember to subscribe and share. I'd love to hear from you guys. What has been your experience with CBD, marijuana, THC? Share down below in the comment section. So I'm gonna break this down into both the positives and the negatives of each one, marijuana and CBD. I'm gonna start off with THC, marijuana. So let's start off with the positives, or the benefits that you can derive from smoking marijuana or using edibles. Number one, for a lot of people, healing your skin, healing your gut, and doing it naturally is super stressful, and life is just stressful in general. If you have too much stress, your cortisone is going to be out of control and it's going to be hard to heal. So one positive thing about marijuana usage is that it can calm you down and make you super relaxed. Number two, for many people who use weed and THC, it really can help your digestional issues in your stomach, both from an anxiety standpoint and from an actual digesting and eating food standpoint. Number four, for many people, it can help you fall asleep easier, stay asleep, and overall just get better rest and recuperation. Now there may be some debate within that one, because if you're getting high and you're only sleeping because you're high, some might argue that that's not exactly sleeping in the best form. But for a lot of people, it is a positive that they can actually sleep all the way through the night. Number five, as I said before, healing the skin's hard, it's challenging. And for many people, they find that smoking weed just enhances their overall outlook in a more positive way. It makes them have a better mood. You'd be surprised at how much your mood affects your ability to stay with the healing protocols long term. Said it before, those who make healing fun win. Number six, I do work with a lot of people who have challenge eating enough food, or because their digestion and gut health issues are so bad, they just don't have an appetite. For many people, for most people, marijuana can be a really good thing for creating some hunger. Now, when I get to the negatives, this one might be in the negatives as well, so you do have to kind of pay attention to yourself personally, how you deal with it. So number seven, and this is not true for all people, but a positive that many people find from it is it does help them focus. It helps them focus on doing their cleansing routines. It helps them focus on being more organized and getting stuff done throughout the day or throughout their evening. It can actually be a mood enhancing, focusing type of situation for a lot of people, which is obviously a positive. Okay, so let's jump to the negatives of marijuana, both smoking it and edibles. So one of the negatives, and this is a big negative, if you're having edibles and you're buying them from a dispensary, or you're making them at home, or you're getting them from a buddy, many times the ingredients in the edibles are absolute crap. Lots of sugar, lots of plant toxins, just low quality food. So that's an absolute negative. If you're eating edibles and trying to derive the positive effects from THC and marijuana, you're really gonna nip yourself in the butt, because you're destroying your digestion and your gut health. If you're gonna have edibles, you gotta make sure they are made with clean ingredients. Grass-fed butter is an awesome one. If you're smoking bongs and blunts and pipes and joints and spliffs and all of those good things, a lot of heat and a lot of smoke, especially that close to your mouth, can irritate your esophagus, your throat, your mouth, and your lungs, causing more inflammation. More inflammation, especially in your lungs and in your throat and in your esophagus, are not positive things when you're trying to heal an immune disorder. So if you're going to smoke, you have to make sure that you're using a device that doesn't cause too much heat, that doesn't cause too much smoke, and that doesn't irritate your throat, your esophagus, and your lungs. If you find yourself smoking weed as a medicinal thing and you're constantly coughing, you constantly have a sore throat, you constantly have some weird inflammation in your mouth and in your esophagus, it's not doing you any good. I saw Paul Chek post the other day on Instagram, and basically he was sharing that he likes to smoke weed, but he uses a really high-end oils, cannabis oils, and he uses like this volcano thing which gives him no irritation. You do have to get creative if you're gonna smoke it and make sure you're not irritating and causing more inflammation. But when you smoke weed or when you eat edibles, many times it comes with the munchies. It makes you just wanna devour food. It makes the taste of food really, really delicious. Again, that's one of the positives of it, but if that leads to you eating trigger foods, filling your body up with plant toxins, overeating or binging on junk foods, again, you're destroying your gut health and your digestion, and that's the main thing that you're trying to heal. Taking great care of your gut health and your diet and having a customized diet is of the utmost importance when you're naturally trying to heal your skin. And so if you're doing things that are causing you to all the time binge and have the munchies and eat really crappy foods, you're really gonna get messed up from it. Another negative for some people is that it can be very expensive, especially if you're using high quality products, which I recommend only using high quality products. Another negative of marijuana for many people is that it really does make some people exhausted, tired, and if they use it during the day or if they use it at any time, their day is done. They get lazy, they don't want to do anything active, they just want to chill. So it might be something that's best utilized as a nighttime activity right before bed. But again, it's a negative for many people because they take it and it just makes them exhausted. And the last negative that I'm gonna cover in today's video for marijuana, and I'm gonna get to CBD next because it is slightly different than marijuana, THC, smoking it and eating edibles. But the last negative that I found is that for many people, because of the positive effects and because of the way it affects your dopamine receptors and your neurotransmitters, it can be highly addictive. So if you're someone who has addiction issues, marijuana may not be the best thing for you because before you know it, you'll be smoking from the time you wake up, you'll be wake baking until you go to bed, which I do not think is a responsible way to try to use marijuana as a way to help you or enhance the healing of your eczema, dermatitis, psoriasis, gut health, digestion issues, IBS, immune issues, all of that stuff. If you're gonna use marijuana, if you're gonna use CBD, if you're gonna smoke or have edibles, you do have to be responsible with it. And I think using it as a nighttime activity is probably the safest and best way to use it. Okay, let's get to CBD, which is slightly different than marijuana because most of the time CBD does not have the psychoactive agents in it that cause you to have some of the trippier effects of smoking weed. It's more like a supplement that when you take it, you don't really feel anything, as opposed to if you eat edibles or if you smoke weed, you're gonna feel high. CBD, unless it has THC with it, it doesn't really do that at all. It's very medicinal. The negatives of it are very few, in which I found. The only negatives that I found is that if you are taking CBD, some of the stuff of the ingredients in it, so many times CBD comes in oil or it comes in capsules or it can come in gummies or things like that. You have to make sure the filler and the other ingredients with your CBD product are all healthy and will not cause triggers in your digestion or your gut health. This is of the utmost importance, and it's the only negative thing I've found with CBD is you do got to pay attention to the fillers and make sure they're clean. Again, getting CBD from a quality source is super important. It's really great for inflammation, and a lot of time you can find CBD oil or some type of salve that you can rub directly onto your skin, which makes it really great for eczema, dermatitis, and psoriasis because it can calm inflammation, it can calm some of the itchiness, and it can slow down or really help out in those major flare-up situations. I've had many clients who apply it topically and it really soothes their skin. Across the board, both within the medical field research and the research I've done with clients and myself, CBD is for sure an anti-inflammatory agent. It is super good at reducing inflammation in all parts of the body, especially wherever you put it, topically, directly onto something, especially in areas like your joints, your skin, your gut health, and your digestion. May even help with inflammation of the brain. I have found that CBD is really good for sleep. It doesn't do the same thing that marijuana does, where it kind of gets you super high and knocks you out, but it can help you fall asleep easier and help you stay asleep. So the take home of this video is actually super straightforward. There's definitely lots of positives, and there are some negatives that you have to be aware of when using CBD and or using marijuana and THC, both smoking it and edibles. If you're gonna smoke it, make sure you're using a device or a system that does not cause irritation in your throat, esophagus, and lungs. If you're gonna go the edible route with marijuana and THC, you have to make sure that the ingredients in the edibles are top-notch, are not trigger foods, are not filled with sugar, and come from good sources. Like I said earlier, I recommend making it with grass-fed butter. It's kind of the best delivery system and the cleanest way to do an edible. Kind of add it to your food, put it on your steak, just eat it plain, put it in your morning drinks, pretty good. CBD is more straightforward. All you have to do is make sure that the fillers and the ingredients are not crappy, which is pretty easy to find. Source it from a good, reputable manufacturer, and you are good to go. That's gonna do it today, my friends. Thanks so much for watching this video. Remember to subscribe and share. For those of you who are looking to get a hold of me to become one of my skin health clients, there are links in the description box for coaching, for the 3 Phases Workbook, and for Skinessa, which is by far the best skin health focused probiotic. I take that sucker every day and it works really awesome. I'll be back with many more videos really soon, guys. Peace.